there.
Mr. Jones, welcome back to the Granite Zero podcast.
How's it going, mate? It's been how long has it been?
Well, it's got to be a couple of years, isn't it?
At least I think at least, because weird thing is, like, I'm pretty sure we spoke during COVID, didn't we? I thought it was anyway.
Yeah, might have been. But last time you were in your car, weren't you?
Jesus, I was, wasn't I? Yes, hellfire. So this time I'm not in my car. I'm in my spare room. What you got there, mate?
I've got some Welsh whiskey.
Ooh,
it's got a bit of an oak taste to it.
Oh, slightly oaky. Do you know what? I do like a nice oaky wine, brewed in a casket. Not had it for a long time.
I've literally just read the bottle, and it literally says oak selected at the bottom. And I was like, that smells different to most whiskies. I was like, fuck it, what's that?
Yeah, you got a little hint, haven't you? It's where they move the barrels around. I've had wines before where they've put it in a particular barrel, and the oak is just slowly leached into the wine, and you get that oaky taste.
Yeah,
it's quite nice.
It's nice. It is quite nice.
Yeah, well, I've got about 4 bottles of hooch in the fridge, mate. It's absolute rocket fuel.
Oh, you're making your own, I saw, because you're TikTok famous now, aren't you?
Wow. hit and miss, I think. When I'm busy, I think I spend 90% of the time building the account just so I can get it banned. It's just ridiculous. I'm
you literally can't say anything on that platform.
I think
I've had like the warnings come up quite a lot, and a lot of my comments get removed, and I'm like looking at it going, I haven't even said anything bad. I've called someone a wally, not a cunt, a wally.
No, you did well.
A sausage.
You get it done. Yeah.
A clown. It's like it's not even like
the clown one. Yeah. The clown one. They get upset. They get upset with that one. The robots have been learning, and they've even learned now if you use numbers to replace letters, like I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of one right now, but when you stick a number in there, it realizes you're trying to say something. Like I've put wanker with the number 4 in it. You're saying wanker. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, yes, I am. So,
it's madness.
Yeah,
it's madness.
It is, mate.
And it's got to the point as well when you comment on someone's post that they're referencing something like I had one the other day where it was a Liverpool fan, and he was having a go at a Man United fan because the Man United fan said something about the 97 that passed away. Well, 96 from Hillsborough, and then there was the guy that couldn't live with himself and took his own life, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So 97. And this bloke made a fucking horrible comment. It was a horrible comment, and he had a Man United badge on it. And I literally just put, that's scum, that is. Because it is. But my comment got them removed. Because it's as though I'm talking to the guy that's made the video, calling him scum. And it's like, well, I'm not.
Yeah.
These robots don't understand that yet.
No, they haven't learned that.
Not yet.
But maybe it's a good idea that they're not that advanced then, because it means we're not in trouble yet, are we?
Oh, there's I think it's called Chat CBT or something like that.
Oh, I've seen it, mate. Jesus.
I've got it at work, and I've like put, can you do me a toolbox talk on intruder alarms? And it's gone, sure, no problem. Seconds. Bosh. I'm like that. Fucking hell.
There's a new one, a better one. It's called Agent GBT. It's the next one up. Put that one in, mate. Just go for that. And it says, I want a business plan to do this. And it lists all your actions, what you got to do. Then it goes ahead and carries them out. Well, what do I do for that?
I saw one. It was on my my CP course. This guy was like, check this shit out. And he put, send an email regarding blah, blah. And it wrote this email out. And he went, no, can you make it more aggressive? And it went, sure, no problem. I was like, what? And he went, emphasize on this point. And then it was, bosh. I was like, oh my God. I went, we're done for. Skynet is coming.
Can you imagine what your CV would be like? I want a CV.
Oh,
just put in your bullet points.
I might do that.
Worth a shout, isn't it? Yeah. That'd be a belter. Absolute belter, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
How have you been?
I've been busy, mate. I'm
busy
trying.
Motherfucker.
busy, but it's always a constant state of rebuild for me. It's like, I think when we last spoke, I don't think I'd quite got into the prisons at that stage. I was just about getting myself ready to
Yeah.
go and deliver my program for veterans. So I think catching up, just to get you up to speed in the back end of 2020, let me get it right now, 2021, I think, I went into the prisons and they said, yeah, we want your program. Brilliant. That's all I planned for. So the couple of years of faffing around with COVID, and it was ready to go back and start being introduced into the prisons. So we're working with two prisons. One was HMP Oakwood, which are where I was housed, and then the other one was a new one that opened up called HMP 5 Wales in Northampton, Wellingborough. It used to be a Wellingborough prison. Oh, not Wellingborough. I think. Anyway, that area. So it was looking really good, and I went back into the jails. I started delivering the program to all the veterans, and built the veteran support from scratch in 5 Wales. They had nothing because they were just ramping the numbers up. They decided to go into capacity. So um, for a year, I was doing the program delivery in both of those prisons, and it was going really well. But unbeknown to myself, in the background, what was happening was Op Nova, formerly Project Nova, and Care After Combat, the two leading charities in the veteran support for people caught up in the criminal justice system, they picked up a massive fund, or I say Op Nova got this massive funding from Op Courage, which is the NHS system. What they're going to do is look after veterans, and they then funded Op Nova to cover all the veteran support across the whole of the UK, the whole national footprint. And what Op Nova did is they then contracted Care After Combat to do the inreach in the prisons. That started the 1st of April 2023. Funny enough, beginning of April 2023, so which we don't need you anymore, no longer required. But they didn't do it in a very, I would say, reading between the lines. The reason they gave me for terminating my contract was because some of my social media posts were seen to be not in line with the people they want working in the prisons, people with lived experience.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, okay, can you just bring this to my attention so I know which ones it is? And they said, yes, we've got these two here. And the email came through with the two posts. I said, one of them says you using the word nonce. I said, well, what can I say? and the other one says about how you thought that it was good if a screw would masturbate you in the morning. And I said, you've taken these out of context, haven't you? Said the thing with the screw is somebody asked me a genuine question on TikTok. I said, what makes a decent officer a decent screw? I saw one that comes in and wanks you off in the morning, clearly. And then I said, all joking aside, no, one that takes notes, someone that's personable, someone that someone does the job professionally. I'll just hit a bit of humor for like literally 5 seconds.
You're not allowed humor, mate.
Apparently not. No, it's been banned. So they've then used these two posts, selected these two posts. They haven't looked at the other thousands of ones where I'm being really positive about everything, and they've just said, no, sorry, because of these two here, we're shutting it down. I think they needed to find a reason, because why would they pay me internally funded when they get this generic policy put in place by these two other charities where it's costing them nothing? So as of like April last year, I was out of a job. Just killed it there. But I mean, I wasn't out of job. I mean, I had work, I was working, but that was my primary income. So ever since then, I've been rebuilding. Been a real pain in the ass. But yeah. But it was a lesson to learn. And you know what? I think the thing that pissed me off the most was the person that reported it was I won't give the person's name just yet because I'm still on license. But the person that reported it was the man that was in charge of me when I was on my day releases. These are the people that should be encouraging you. Yeah, he's then found these posts and gone run into the staff and saying, look what I found. Look what I found. Like a proper little fucking telltale for you fucking rat. So
I ain't got time for grasses.
Oh mate, honestly, the guy's a fucking I'm glad I am on license, to be fair, because if I wasn't, I think it would have been a different story. I got too much to lose. But I wouldn't want to get recalled, because if I go back to the same prison he's in, I believe he's in a a slightly higher position now. Any sort of person that would make your life difficult. So do
Oh
you know
yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah.
I'll just
Standard.
wait. I'll
Just
wait
wait.
until
Buy
I'm
your
off.
time, mate. Karma always has a
It
way of
does, mate.
showing
It
something.
always does. It does, mate. But yeah, so I've been focusing on the therapy, which has been really good. I've been enjoying that. Not receiving it, but giving the therapy, which is it's just amazing. I got qualified in the back end of 2022, just in time to get bombed out from the prisons, actually. So I
Yeah,
learned
yeah.
a version of EMDR, and that's going really well. I'm working with a little charity called the Veterans Army, a chap called
Oh,
Ryan
yeah.
Yates.
I've seen them on.
Yeah,
Funny
he's
enough, on
on.
TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok, and he's on Insta as well. He's doing really well. He does so much. He's just everything he does is to support that social enterprise. So yeah, doing loads of work up in Bury and Manchester with veterans up there, their families, and we're just trying to now expand the therapy that we're doing is got a byproduct of increased human performance, because once we get in there with our tappers and our lights and everything else, we actually defrag the brain of all the crap that clutters up from people that live and operate in a highly stressed environment. So we
Mm.
totally defrag the brain, and a byproduct of removing the trauma, we actually improve the cognitive behavior, the actual way that they react, the memories, that they were operate on a higher function. So they're just doing some research at the minute to try and get it evidenced and proven that it does work, and we can start with launching it as a human performance
Oh, even
technique
better.
as well. Yeah, so there's two sort of prongs to it. You've got the therapeutic side for psychotherapy, and then there's also the bit where we can make you faster, sharper. Athletes love it because it gives them sharper response and focus. So
Mm.
it's really clever stuff, mate. Yeah, loving that. Loving that.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Mm.
Just to be able to clear the crap out of your brain.
Yeah. And people don't realize it because
Well, I think
the
we spoke
course of
about it. I think we spoke about it before. About
yeah.
it doesn't even matter that you weren't on the front line, as it were,
Mm.
getting getting bombed and shot at every day. You're still
Yeah.
even just in the military on base, you're still
Yeah.
highly strung and highly stressed, always ready to go. And then you
Yeah.
multiply that by 10 when you go out on tour. And then if you're on the
Yeah.
front line, you multiply that again. And then
Yeah.
you have a day of decompression.
Yeah. Ain't enough, is it? It's not
And
going
then
to do
and
it.
then when you leave, well, especially when I left, what courses do you want to do? I want to do this. All right, cool. Do that.
Oh, I want to be a bodyguard.
Yeah, yeah.
Off we
Which I
go.
haven't used.
Yeah.
Which I haven't used. Um,
No.
so like, yeah, it looks good on my CV though. It's got me some good jobs. Don't get me wrong, but also
Great for pulling
could
chicks.
could have got a fucking trade. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's you do all that, but then it's like, here's the door, mate. See you later.
Yeah. And you're
Oh,
gone. That's it.
I know I only did 5.5 years, but I did 3 deployments in that time. I'm wound up like a fucking.
Yeah.
I can't
That's
even
a
think of the
busy
thing.
time, mate. A coiled
Ding, ding,
spring,
ding.
mate. A coiled
That's
spring.
that's the one. And then they expect you just
Yeah.
to be normal and all right. It's like, no.
Yeah. But do you know what? After time as well, when we're getting out, if they said to you, right, do you want to deal with your mental health? You go, nah, I'm all right. I'm fine.
Yeah.
We don't even know half of us are fucked. We just get out and we go for what which we think we want. We don't really know what we want when we get out.
No.
We haven't got a clue. We
Ah,
just think we do.
it's crazy because you're in the army or the air force or the navy or whatever it may be, and your life is pretty much laid out for you. Breakfast
Yeah.
from 600. Then you
Yeah.
got lunch. Well, you got naffy break first. Then you got lunch.
Do you remember the breakfast? Do you with you in being the RF? What was your breakfast like? Was it like silver service, or did you have to go and get it yourself?
No, we had to get it ourselves. Nah.
What was it like quality wise? Was it all right?
Oh, that was good. Oh, I'm
Was
not
it?
gonna I'm gonna knock it. Not and it was brilliant until they then started introducing that pay as you dine,
Ah,
and then
yes. When did that come in?
so that was coming in just as I was leaving. I'm pretty sure there was a few
Yeah,
camps that had it. Just fucking shit. It was just
yeah,
it's as though they went to all the military chefs. Ah, cheers for that. We'll get these guys in
yeah,
now. They're cheaper.
yeah. I remember one thing about the food. There's one item of food, in fact, a couple of things which stand out for wrong or right reasons. And one was the pizzas we used to have on it was every now and again. It was always a margarita, but they were made with self-raising flour. So you'd have this fucking normal size tray, which you get what 12, 24 portions in, and you get your pizza. The ratio would be like flour and like someone just spread a bit of tomato puree on it and just sprinkles it. There's hardly any. You get more cheese on a fucking tramp's bell end than you do on that fucking pizza. It was unreal. But I remember the pizza's been really fluffy and soft and big, and oh, here we go.
Yeah. One thing that always sticks out in my mind is when I was coming back on leave to speak with my old man, and my old man must have forgot what it was like being a fucking nobody, basically, because he was a PTI, so he went straight in as a corporal.
Yeah.
And then by the time he was 24, he was a sergeant, so he was in a sergeant's mess.
Yeah.
I come home on leave and he went, "Oh, how's the omelette bars these days?" I'm like, "Fucking omelette bar? What the fuck are you on about?"
Omelette bar. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, so it wasn't until I went on deployment to did they have it in Iraq? I can't remember if they had it in Iraq, but they definitely had it in Kandahar. But they had a little Afghani fella that was basically in the middle of the room, middle of the DFAC, and his job was eggs. So you could go up, I want proper scrambled eggs, or I want an omelette.
Yeah.
And he would literally just fucking flip it all out. There you go. It's like bosh. I remember that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking incredible.
Well, strangely enough, that was the other food thing I remembered was the omelettes, because on a weekend we'd have brunch, and I didn't know what brunch was until I got in the army. So it'd be brunch on a weekend, and you rock up at like 10:30. I think it was like from 9 to 11 or something like that, and then you're done. And they would have the omelette bar on the go. We'd have the guy with the eggs, and would you have ham, cheese, and mushroom omelette, please? And it'd be a freshly made omelette, and it'd be really good because it was fresh. It hadn't been butchered by the fucking slop jockeys.
Fucking those are the days, mate. Those are the
it was
days.
nice.
But yeah, your life was mapped out. You got to be at work at this time. We're going to parade at this time.
Yeah.
We're going to do fucking rifle cleaning from this time to this time. Then we're going to do this, and then we're going to go fizz. And it's like, brilliant. Then you leave, and you're like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Do you think
you got to get a mortgage
now?
I've got to get a mortgage. How do I do
bills?
that? Yeah.
What's credit score? You know what that means? I keep thinking about the routines that you used to have in the mornings. And being a tanky, we were slack anyway, so we didn't have to worry too much about looking smart because we were just always covered in grease and diesel. We were a mess. I remember the mornings you get up in your covers, put them on. You wear the same set of covers all week. You wouldn't even bother ironing them. Just put unless you had like a diesel spillage, in which case you got to change them. Yeah. But I remember the routine of getting your roll neck on, because we had black roll necks as well. In the winter, we'd have the big roll neck, and then you put your coveys on, get your boots on, get your elastics, clip them on, and tuck up your covers into your elastics. Won't even bother polishing them, just because they wouldn't shine. They're covered in spunk being tankies. but yeah,
someone else's.
Yeah, usually. yeah. In fact, these aren't my boots. So, and that'd be your routine. You get down there, and I used to straight down the tank pot. We'd have a squadron parade in the morning, 8:30, stand there, just make sure you're there. And then we probably would have had PT before that. Was a recce treat. Then down to the tank park, and then you go in there and you sit in your troop cage for another hour, have a cup of coffee, NATO, and then what we're going to do today? I don't know. I'm gonna go and clean the sights. So I'd literally get myself a rag and an adjustable spanner. I'll explain the spanner in a sec, and I'll go in the turret. I'd lock it down. And I'd go sleep. And that'd be it. And if they come in, I'd just clean the sights. I just wake up and just cleaning the sights off. And the spanner's there because it'd fit anything. What you do, just tighten up the nuts and bolts to the nuts and bolts check. And that was kind of like your day. You'd be there waiting for the naffy wagon to come round. And it'd honk, it'd like come round at like 10 o'clock or something like that, beep the horn a few times, run out, get a hot dog, naffy break, get a hot dog or a bratty, and then crack on until lunch. I just routine, isn't it?
Hey, those are the fucking days. Well, I remember
it was good when I
remember when I was leaving, I was like, I can't be asked for this shit anymore. It's I'm fucking doing my head in. Can't be bothered. I'm leaving. Done and dusted. Want to spend time with the wife and kids. I'm fucking done. And then I left. I'm like, fucking, how easy did I have it?
Yeah.
Oh,
when you think back,
occasionally I went on exercise. Ooh.
Yeah. And
going down the range today. I used to hate. I'll be like, oh, I can't be asked to go down the range. Now I'm like, I'd
Yeah.
love to go down the range. I'd love to go around and
Yeah.
just shoot shit.
I'd love to be able to hold a gun again. I'm not allowed. I'm
Oh yeah,
banned for the rest of my life because of the
oh,
Firearms Act. But
because you're a
I just
fucking
loved.
naughty boy.
As I'm a naughty boy, ex naughty boy. But I'd love to go back. I did a thing in Purbright Barracks, and that was in summer 2022. Part of what I was doing with the prisons, I went into the Purbright, did a chat to all the recruits about problems of getting involved in drugs and don't do it. And this is my life, this is where it took me because I started experimenting while I was still serving. And just to go back into a base
Mm.
and see the raw recruits, and the thing that got me straight away was I walked into the presentation room, the proper room though, it's all the tiered seating all the way up, big fuck off screen behind you. And I'm walking and I feel, oh man, I can't wait to do this. Sad nervous. They'd all file in there 5 minutes before, all sat down dead solid, and they are just silent. I thought, holy shit, I forgot this. They are
Yeah,
terrified. They've been ordered, right?
yeah.
You go in
They
there.
they've been
Shit,
told
these
to
people
go
are
in
real.
there, sit down, shut up, listen to what
Yeah.
this
And
man's got to say.
ask some fucking questions at the end. And it was a good presentation. But what I found good about it was the fact that I loved being immersed back in the military. Dude, little troops of people marching around here and there, and people addressing each other by their rank. It's like, do you know what? I do miss it. I miss it now. I didn't
Yeah,
miss it
yeah,
before, but I do miss it now.
yeah. No, I totally agree with that. 100%. Like, I miss it now. I we had so at my charity football match, I managed to get the army cadets to come and help do some fucking bucket shaking. They did a fucking brilliant job.
Did they?
Yeah, they sold pretty much every single raffle ticket that we had, and there was
Oh,
like
good
4 books
skills.
that we managed to get. I think that
That's good.
I think it was around 900 and something quid they made just through selling
Yeah.
raffle tickets.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Shit.
But they were just pestering people, and I was like, that's fucking brilliant. But I remember I
Yeah.
just saw him, and I saw him come in. I went, I know they're only army cadets, and I was like, well, that's fun. I've given them something to do, and they're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
they get to wear their fucking little uniform. Oh, bless them.
That's it. Yeah. And it's that sort of little feeling, little sense of pride they've got, isn't it, as well? They're putting the kit
Yeah,
on, they feel a little bit different.
I let
So
them know
yeah.
as well that a lot of my football team, a lot of them are veterans, or some of them are even still
Yeah.
serving. I went, so
Yeah.
there's a military connection here. That's why I've asked you to come down. And they were like, "Oh yeah, brilliant!" Fucking shaking their buckets. I was like, "I should have," because
Yeah.
this was my. It was like it's a weird one. So it's a home fixture, but also an away fixture for me. So I went back home to run
Yeah.
this event alongside a buddy of mine, and yeah, I was like, I wish I had done that
Yeah.
at home. People
Yeah.
are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Hereford is my home. Kent
Yeah.
is now where I live.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should have
Other
done
sort.
that. Should have
Yeah. What's it
definitely.
like down in Kent then? How's Kent? Is that
Oh,
down
it's
by
nice.
Dover, Kent, or yeah, it's all right,
Yes,
is it?
well, not too far from Dover. It's about half-hour drive from Dover. I'm
How
sort of
how
in.
far from Brands Hatch? You're pretty close to Brands Hatch. That's
Yes,
that's on
yes, I
that way,
am.
isn't it? And what's the other
In
drifting track? Is it
fact,
Lid?
if
Is it Lid Hill? Lydney?
yeah, I
Lid? Oh,
think
Lid
I
Lid Lid
think
Circuit.
Brands Hatch is literally around the corner from me. I think, or
Yeah.
is that Buckmore Park? I don't know. I'm confused now.
Oh, Brands.
But yeah, yeah, yeah. Brands Hatch isn't too far. I'm pretty sure. that's anyway. But yeah,
Yeah, so
it's
it's
nice.
that way,
It's
isn't it?
nice. Nice little area. It used to be the
Yeah.
Garden of England, but now it's just a bit. Well,
Well,
there's a lot of
things
people
are
that think
changing.
there's a lot of people that think they were in the fucking TV show Top Boy. I'm telling you. Fucking hell.
Oh God, no. Have you got a lot of problems down there with like county lines and stuff like that?
Yeah. There's. I've heard it all before. Like even just like local. It's like, oh, from Ditton, mate.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't really know what you're trying to say to me, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally don't care
I
where you're from, mate. What are you gonna do?
I I was I was sat in is it yesterday? It was yesterday. I was sat waiting to start a shift. I was just plotted up in B&Q, just chilling out, doing a bit of TikTok. And then a car approaches me like a BMW, and it sort of it pulls in and half stops, and he ran the window down. I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, what's up, mate?" He says, "You want to buy any cigarettes?" traveller. I won't say
Oh
pikey.
yeah.
It was a traveller. I must have looked at him like I wanted to fucking kill her. I said, no, mate, I don't fucking smoke. And I thought he was someone else. So yeah, I look like a copper. Sat in the car, plotted up. He must suddenly thought, shit, is that guy the fucking in the filth? But yeah, he soon fucked off. Bless him. I
Oh
haven't been
fuck.
approached by a traveller selling me stuff for years, mate.
Nah.
Years. I had once about way before I got nicked. Up at the Mall in Bristol, and I had about a load of them they're in a transit van trying to sell me these fucking tellies, and they're all busted and broken. They're all wrapped in like
Yeah.
shrink wrap, and they're trying to say, "Okay, you just want." I said, "I don't want a fucking telly, mate. I'm not interested. I'll just take two." I said, "I don't even want one, let alone two.
What do you mean take two?
What?
Fuck
Why are
off.
you opening? Why are you opening the back door of my car? Shut the fucking door and fuck off. I'm not
Yeah, they're
interested."
fucking terrible, aren't they?
Oh,
Fucking
mate,
hell.
honestly.
That we had
Yeah.
on my site we had some we'll call them squatters because I'm not 100% sure if they were travellers or not, but they did arrive in
Okay.
a caravan.
Yeah.
But I spoke to them, and the funny thing was, so the building that they got into it wasn't actually one of my buildings. So in
Yeah.
theory, I didn't really give a fuck. But the client was like, no, because they could go fucking all over, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll monitor for now. We'll um. But yeah, they're so funny. They were like, "This is our land." They were like, "This is our land now. You can't go on it." I was like, "It's not your land, though, is it?"
Yeah.
Not playing these silly games. And they were like, "Nope, this is our building. We've claimed it under section whatever."
Oh,
They know all the ins and outs. And I was like, "Okay, cool." I went, just so you know, we've got bailiffs on their way. They will be evicting you, um,
yeah.
ASAP. And they were like, "Well, we've got fucking hell." So because of the company that it was that dealt with it, they were there for like nearly 20 days. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Fuck.
I was like, come
Yeah.
on. But apparently what they do now is they look at business parks and places like that and they see what buildings are up for let. And then they
Right.
basically
Yeah.
they find their way in and say, no, this is ours. And you're like, there's
Is it like these fucking freemen of the world or something daft like that, where they look at these old texts before laws were made, and it's all to
yeah,
do with I had someone preaching to me on TikTok about it the other day, saying, "Oh, you don't understand about laws and what you get away with." So I'm pretty fucking sure I do. And he said, "Well, if you'd known more about what my law is, you wouldn't have been sent down." I said, "I'm pretty sure that I would have done. I don't think a judge is going to sit there and say, 'Oh yeah, by the way, James, that conspiracy for cocaine that doesn't count because you're a freeman of the land. You got some
yeah.
archaic laws from the fucking doomsday books.'" Like, oh Jesus
Fuck
Christ,
it.
mate.
But these people don't understand that laws can change.
Yes, they can.
For
I mean,
example, I can't take a longbow outside of the cathedral in Hereford and shoot a Welshman in the face.
no,
Used to
can't
be
do
the
it.
law.
Yeah. And apparently, if you get given the key to the city, you can carry a sheep through the town or something like that. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is. There's some law. You get this key to the city, you're allowed to
Just
carry
take a
sheep
sheep.
through the town. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but yeah,
Oh, fucking hell.
things change, don't they?
Yeah.
Unbelievable,
But
unbelievable,
yeah.
mate.
Talking about you being sent down, we actually didn't touch on it that much last time.
No, I don't think we did we? We were sort of
No,
gassing, didn't we? Then.
we were just fucking just chatting away, weren't we?
Mm.
But what was it like? Because I mentioned,
Well,
I did mention to you, like I get one side of the story because not from
mm,
yourself, because obviously I don't know your ins and outs. But my old man was a
yeah,
screw for 20 odd years at
yeah,
Gloucester, so I get
yeah,
Screw's side of the story about what life in prison and things like that. But it's always good
yeah.
to get the other side of things.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you about when I got first remanded in Gloucester. That'd be
Oh,
better, wouldn't it? Because then that'll close a little story for you, wouldn't it? It'd be nice
I
because
tell you what, my old man was probably working then as well.
it was 2011, July, August 2011.
Oh, he may. I'm not 100% sure when he retired, but he was 2011. No, he was still working. Pretty
Was
sure he
he?
was still working there then.
Well,
Yeah, because
he would have known.
yeah, but I think he was in probation side then.
Like doing OMU and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
my first trip in. So I think it started. I didn't know I was going in for starters. So the Gloucestershire Serious Organised Crime Agency, whatever you want to call it, association in soccer, they bailed me the week before. So I'll come back next week because I want my phone back. So we'll come back next week, give you your phone. So all right, fair enough. That's nice. So I just borrowed my mate's van. Didn't say nothing to the missus or the kids because I just thought I was going to be going home that night. Off I drove to work. Said to the people in the garage, "Look, just hold the fort. I'll be back in a few hours. Got to go answer a bell." Yeah, no worries. So I got in one of the guys' vans. Didn't take my car. Drove down to the police station. Put the van in a short stay car park. Not realizing I needed a bit longer than a short stay. And I went in and I said, I'd sit to answer a bell for Rich Jones, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, okay, we'll just go and get something for you a second. I thought, that's weird. No, you just signed the book.
Yeah, it's on the
So
book.
they came out. Yeah, so they come out and the one of the arresting officers, he was big guy, he was South African. He's all right, he's a decent guy actually. The other was a bit of a plonker, but maybe he's grown up since. But he came and sort of took me at the back and we are just chatting and he said, "Oh, where'd you do park?" I said, "Oh, just over in the short stay." He went, So what do you mean, He said, "You might need longer than short stay." I said, "Are you going to remand me?" He went, "Yeah." I said, "Why? Why would you do that? Why?" I haven't been a risk. I've been on bail from Avon and Somerset since April and I've not shown any reason to be a flight. I said,
yeah.
If you'd have told me last week that you were going to remand me, I would have turned up, but I would have had a chance to say goodbye to my wife and kids.
Yeah.
So I was a bit fucking annoyed about that. Well, okay, fair dues.
Bit naughty.
I did sell drugs. Okay, so let's be fair. So he then takes me down the back. He says, "Well, we're just gonna get you over to the magistrate's court, and you'll go through the process. So you'll be in charge." So yeah, all right, fair enough. So I just sat in a number of holding cells, and they eventually sort of, I think, in Gloucester Police Station, the courts isn't very far away. I'm pretty sure you
it's
walk
not too
underneath.
far, yeah.
I think there's a tunnel that goes from the police station to the magistrate's court. I'm pretty sure there is. Or there's a tunnel fucking somewhere. Unless it's the magistrate court to the prison. No, it's not. It's the prison to it's the police station to the Maj, I think. I remember going for a tunnel either way. So anyway, get there and I'm then sat in this holding cell downstairs with another lad, surnamed Jones. He'd been on the run for 3 or 4 days, drink, drugs, bless him, he was in a bit of a state. He was humming a little bit as well. I don't think he wiped his bottom properly recently. You know, smell of like bit of shizer going around. Anyway, I spent 5 or 6 hours in the cell with him. And he said, "Well, you're going to get remanded into jail. They're not going to give you bail because yours is too serious." I said, "All right, fair enough." He said, "I'm going in." So I kind of stuck with him. I thought, well, it's better the devil you know, isn't it? So we kind of went to the Maj, remind you, we can't deal with this. So I have to go in front of a Crown Court judge to decide what we're going to do with you. I thought, fair enough. So then we got on the bus off to Gloucester. Now, I'd never been inside before. Now, so I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking, well, my interpretation of prison was porridge with with Ronnie Barker and such like. So that's what I'm expecting. And I wasn't too disappointed as we got in there, went through the various processes you go into the reception, give all your details. One of the questions is, did you serve? Yes, I did. They marked down as a veteran, and that gives you a little bit of a touch now and again. And once you've done all your bits and you've stripped yourself down, they've kitted you up with all your fetching grey trackies and your plastic plates and your plastic knives and forks and everything else. They take you onto the wing, but now you're getting on for like 7, 8 o'clock because it's by the time you left the course, it's gone sort of 4:30, 5 o'clock, and you got to get the bus, not public bus, but the sweat box. And we walked on the wing, and the things that were getting me the most was like the big doors slamming every time we went there because they got to lock and prove it. They got to
slam and lock. Yeah.
Oh, and the keys got to be done properly. Everything's so heavy. And we got on the wing and it's just looking around like, fucking hell, it's an old Victorian jail. And it was like 2 landings. It wasn't a big, was it 2 or 3? 3 landings, sorry, the ones, twos and the threes. And the officer said, "Look, do you both want to go in the same cell first night, Senator?" I said, "May as well. I've been with him all day. May as well just fucking, at least he knows what the crack is. He can give me a sort of bit of a heads up on what's going to be like tomorrow." So we got in the same cell. And the first remember was the door being locked behind you. It's like bang, big metal on metal. Just you think, oh, there we go then. That's it. I'm now banged
That's it.
up. And I
Yep.
looked around the cell and I thought to myself, what we got then? The TV there. That's a result. There's a toilet there. Result. I was expecting a bucket and a book. That's all I was expecting.
Yeah.
And once I saw television, I thought, oh, it's going to be easy. So the first night was, I tried to sleep, but it's hard because I was on a bottom bunk and my feet were faced towards the door. I prefer to face the door because I don't want to be head towards the door because
Yeah.
I can't see who's
Get that.
coming in.
Yep.
So feet towards the door, looking at the flip side of that was my head's then right by the fucking toilet, which is just behind my head. Now my pad mate, chain smoking and drinking cups of tea solid. So he's up all night fucking pissing, isn't he? Literally, he doesn't stop. So I'm there and I can smell his piss. I think, oh Jesus Christ, this is what prison is, isn't it? This is it. When they cracked that door in the morning, he said, right, go and do your menus. You got to do a bit of admin. You got to get your
Yeah.
things on point because if you don't do your menus, you're going to eat shit food all the week. Go and look at getting some visits sorted out. Just go and do what you got to do. Get your pin sorted out for your phone numbers. I was having a shower, mate. I'm stinking. And I couldn't have one last night. I'm going to have a shower. Right upstairs to the shower. Had a fucking quick wash down. And as I walked out, in walked the guy I knew, my co-defendant that got remanded a month before. I said, all right, mate. He said, how are you doing? And so he said, we've got it boxed off in here. I said, perfect. And from that point on, it was an easy ride.
Oh.
I only did 5 weeks in Gloucester on remand. I got bailed, but the whole I found Gloucester Jail really laid back. The staff were just great. There wasn't one member of staff there I just thought was a dick. They were all just
That's
laid
always
back.
good. Yeah,
It
that's got to be
honestly,
good.
it was. I remember there was I won't say their names, but they were all good as gold. You know, I thought all of them
Yeah.
were just great stuff. And yeah, I wouldn't say I enjoyed it. I was going through that sort of that stage of not being sure when I'm getting out because I didn't know whether I was going to be
I
there
got
for
it.
the duration.
Yeah.
I know that my brief is trying to get me bail. I know that when I spoke to my then wife, she said, yeah, they're trying to get you bail. And I just settled into the routine. And I remember I started a cookery course, like a 3-day course of cooking. And that was good because you're going to get to make some food which isn't from the servery. Although the servery was good, in fact, the guy that ran it, the screw that ran it, was an ex-Coldstream guard, big,
Oh,
tall
right.
fucker.
Yeah.
So he was good. So I was doing this cookery course, just finishing day 2. Went on to the way, I'll give the missus a quick call, so she's getting on. It's lunchtime. Oh, sorry, it's the evening. She said, oh, have you heard of us? I said, you've got bail. I said, what? She said, you've got bail. You're going home. Are you coming home? And
Yeah.
joking. I said, no, it's been approved. They're just sorting out your passport. Just got to sort out some surety money to the courts to make sure if you do a bunk, they can fleece your
Yeah.
parents all the money to put up. The following morning, I was walking out of jail at 10 o'clock in the morning. Met me dad. Mate,
Fucking
that
hell.
feeling of that's the first time I ever got that feeling of that liberation of
Mm.
being free, because I've been in for 5 weeks. I didn't know when I was going home, and it was
Yeah.
such a lovely feeling like getting out and going home. So I was on tag, but yeah, the whole sort of like initial introduction to prison I found was wasn't that bad. But squaddies,
Uh,
people who serve just adapt
yeah.
to it
My,
quickly. Don't
my my old man always said that you get two different types of the a veteran that goes in. You get the one that probably like yourself just adapts,
they? Mm,
turns into maybe a bit of a grey man, sort of adapts. Right, if I just fucking keep myself to myself, I'll be all right. A bit like going
yeah,
through basic training,
yeah,
and then you get the fucking dickheads that are like, do you not know I served it? Blah blah blah. My old
yeah,
man has said
yeah,
that he's had a few 2-2 blokes in there before who
yeah.
were fucking dickheads. He said they were just
Really,
fucking dickheads.
yeah.
But
Yeah, we get a lot of
but
waltz as well in prison.
yeah, yeah.
A lot
But
of waltz.
the old man was my dad has always had a bit of a commanding presence, you could say.
Yeah,
So he sort of gained a lot of respect from the or from the cons
yeah,
in there because of his presence and
yeah,
the, he doesn't. My dad doesn't take no shit, but he also will listen. He listens, or he used to listen to if they needed something. You go, right, what do you need? Tell me
yeah,
what you need, and I'll
yeah,
see if I can get it.
yeah,
Like he didn't treat them like they were fucking scum or anything like that, unless they were
yeah.
fucking proper nonces or anything like
Unless they
that.
were scum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unless they
that's a
were. But then
scummy
he would
nonce.
always give it. He always gave people benefit of the doubt, I think. And yeah, he used to say, look, like, funnily enough, through working with the Nick, he found out who robbed our house. Got robbed once when I was little. Someone broke in. They didn't nick much. They nicked like something out of my dad's wallet and things like that. And the old man literally just went into work and was asking about it. Went, do you guys know of anyone that's going around houses in Hereford on the rob? And then they were like, yeah. So we know these people. They hang out at this pub. So my old man went, right, cool, straight down there with his truncheon just in case.
Yeah. Tooled up, son. Tooled up. Oh, mint. That's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing was like, it's an interesting learning curve. But I think as you said, you can thrive in that environment if you know what you're doing, and if you know what your boundaries are. You know, sometimes some rules can be bent really well, others you just don't go near. You know, and it's finding the right ones you can.
Yeah, you get a lot of shit, don't you, off the telly. It's like you got to make sure you get yourself a gang.
Yeah, it's all bollocks, mate. Do you know what?
Find yourself a gang. You got to make sure the people know not to fuck with you. I think
Get
I watch too
yourself in a
much
gang,
fucking
you'll be
American.
okay.
Too much American telly. I watch, mate.
Well, we had that. We did that thing on Channel 4
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Last year, banged up.
Right, you did.
And because I was so quiet, I didn't make the cut. I was there, but I just wasn't loud. I was playing the grey man.
I saw some fucking dickheads on there. I was like, what is this?
Well, this is what I was going to say. Some of the guys on there, some of them hadn't done that much time, and some of them were in there when they were young, like YO. So their mentality was that of a YO. So the minute they walked through that door, the only way they knew how to behave was as a YO. And these are people who are in their mid-20s now. They're men, but they're acting like kids. And they're just running around like a fucking playground. And me and some of the older guys are like, this is a fucking train wreck. It wasn't. The TV show was successful in the end. It did really well, but it just and they want dramatization. They want to sensationalize certain aspects of prison life. But what they found was when they asked people that natural, what they're like in a sentence, you find any long termer that's done jail, you won't even know they're in the prison. They'll be busy having it away somewhere. They'll be snicking food or eating well. But yeah, it was an interesting experience.
Yeah, I saw a couple of episodes, and I saw what was it, the one with what's his fucking name? Plays Ricky from fucking EastEnders.
Sid Owen.
Yeah, and the bloke was getting right in his face, and I was like, that's fucking. I wouldn't know how to react. I'd probably end up fucking trying to have a scrap if that was me. Like, it was like, get the fuck out of my face, you fucking helmet.
Yeah, but it was quite difficult because some of the guys in there, some of the prisoners, which I was doing, were given an agenda, I believe. Some of them were told, look, can you act up in a certain way? We were given things to do. You know, so right, can you go and crack on with this? Can you go and do that? You know, I had a chat with Tom Rosenthal. We spent time around the yard. I mean, this has all been the chat isn't scripted, but
that's fucking Johnny in it from Friday Night Dinner.
That's it. Yeah. From Plebs to Friday Night Dinner. Well, I said to him, I didn't say to him, I didn't say to him on the actual show, but I messaged him after. I said, look, mate, you have no idea, because when I was coming on my day releases from prison, and I was going home to the missing kids, they said, have you seen this new series? I said, what's it called? It's called Friday Night Dinner. I said, no. Well, let's watch that as a family. And that series played a massive role in me reintegrating back into life, because it was sitting down laughing and joking. And I said to Tom after, I messaged him, I said, Tom, just what I said, I don't want to blow smoke up your ass and sound a bit gay. I said, but just what I said, I just want you to know that meeting you was actually like really important for me, because, and I explained to him how the show that he was a part of helped me to readjust us to life. And I thought he needs to know that. He needs to know that the work he's doing has a value, not just for comedy, but there's a value to it.
Yeah, of course.
So he was my
favorite. The girls watch it now.
Oh, I love it, mate.
Literally last night I was cooking dinner last night, and my eldest went, Dad, can I put? Because I was being a massive kid yesterday. I just played basically Xbox all day.
Good man.
And she went, Dad, can I put something on telly? I'm like, yeah, of course you can. And what are you going to put on? She went, Friday Night Dinner. I was like, good choice, good choice. And then me and my youngest were just sat watching that until we missed it.
I love it. Yeah, and they got to change it. I met always the neighbour come over with a big bag of shit from his dog.
Oh yeah,
it's like, what are you doing? Brilliant. I love it.
I just think it's a brilliantly made show. I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny
Yeah,
about it, right? So, talking about different things. Obviously, it's based on a Jewish family, and my daughter was saying that they were learning about stuff in RE about different
yeah,
shows that are not good for certain religions, and they came
mm,
out with Friday Night Dinner is not a good representative of Jewish households. I was like, well, they probably are like that actually. I went, they
yeah,
literally sit down for Friday night dinner.
yeah,
That
yeah.
that's basically the show. And the other one was Dairy Girls. They were saying that it mocks the Catholic faith, and I was like, well, no, because fuck, the nuns are like that. They do.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't really give a shit.
No, I know, but that's people just
Oh
trying to be offended, isn't it, all the
yeah,
time?
I was just like I said to my elders, I went, "I'll just tell them to bore off.
Yeah,
Just tell them to
yeah. Tell them
bore
to do
off."
one.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it
it's
was
mad. I went, don't take everything with religion serious. I went, most people do, and that's the problem. It was like, at the end of
yeah,
the day, they're stories that have been adapted into
yeah.
English, so a lot of it's misread anyway.
Well, yeah, and there's more truth in the two books behind me than there is in the fucking Bible. So, I mean, at least mine are true stories. The Bible
Oh,
sit
of
on the
course,
fiction shelf.
you have your second book, don't you?
Oh, did I mention that?
Oh, you did you? You just dropped that out there. There it
Do you
is.
know what I've done? I've actually I've flipped it on reverse because otherwise it would have been back to front, wouldn't it? The writing. So I flipped the camera because otherwise it would have
Well,
been.
technically, it's back to front for me now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Well, it looks good for me. I mean, I can see it perfectly.
Yeah,
Oh, of
yeah,
course,
you
because
know.
yours is flipped again, hasn't it?
Yeah. You're handsome,
Oh,
so
hang
it's
on.
fine.
Let me change it. Let me put the other side on. Um, let me have a look. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can do
Fucking
it.
mirrors. How do they work, eh?
Oh no. Let me fix this problem for you. Give me 1 second. I suppose I didn't put a picture of my cock up on there instead.
Ah, be rude not
uh,
to. It's Thursday after all.
absolutely. Thursday is dick pic night. How's that, mate?
Yeah. There you go. You got
Can you read it
Charlie
now?
4 Kilo and overseas operations.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so OVOPs came out. Um, when did it come out? Published February this year. It
Oh,
started the process November last year, but it was meant to
of
be out for
course,
Christmas.
because I've been asking you to come on for ages, and you're like, oh, I got to wait for my book to
Yeah.
get done.
Oh, it's madness, mate. We planned. I had it written I had it written and ready and done and submitted by the end of August last year. The reason being is because I did the banged up show.
Yeah,
We didn't know if we're going to make the edits or not. So I thought, well, let's get the book out and ready just in case I get a bit of publicity and then the book's ready.
yeah, makes sense. Yeah,
Luckily or unluckily, whichever way you look at it, I didn't make the edit and the book wasn't ready. So it's double disaster. But the book didn't make it for Christmas. There was a few issues with Amazon uploading on the system. Mate, they
got
just
you.
done my head writing. But not the publishers, but the
Amazon.
Amazon
Yeah.
beast. Oh, it just takes forever. But it's up there now. It's selling all right. It's not selling as quick as C4K, but I think C4K had the advantage because it came out during lockdown.
Ah,
People were
loads of people
home being
reading.
bored.
Yeah.
Definitely, mate. And you notice a difference. I mean, you notice difference on TikTok, social media. The difference on movement in the algorithm is like I was thinking the other day. So why aren't OVOP selling as quickly as C4K? And it's like it's not a patch. You thought because everyone's just locked down. They're at home. They're bored. They
Yeah.
were on social media when they wouldn't
Uh,
be on social media.
that's when TikTok started really thriving when it was
It was,
lockdown.
yeah, yeah. That's what helped me to launch
All
things. I think,
the all the different trends and that.
yeah, it was,
And now the fucking cunts that have come out of there. So we'll get back to the book in a minute. But
yeah,
some of the cunts that come out of there and that now think they're some
yeah.
sort of fucking super famous people.
Oh, mate, you got them, and they're
Have you
all
seen that?
gone.
You seen that bellend that swallows food?
No,
He, mate, he
what
swallows food.
whole or
No,
is
he'd
that
like
all he
takes
does?
two. He'd like to. I think it's Bevo or something like that. He's got
Yeah,
fucking. He's clearly made a little bit of money. Gone to Turkey, got his teeth done. He looks like a right. Fuck. He looks like Oh, what's the fucking character? Rayman. Do you remember the character? The
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
yeah, he looks like that. His hair's all floppy. But anyway, basically, he got famous through like basically eating his dinner, and he'd go roast dinner, and then he would like pick up a spud, chew it twice, and then swallow it.
Oh, yes, I know
And
the
it's
one.
like, and
Yeah,
he'll say stuff like, "You know the rules." It's like no one knows the rule. What are you talking about?
no,
But now I'm giving him
yeah.
fucking airtime here because I'm talking about it.
That's successful, isn't it? That's worked.
Yeah.
It's because it's stupid. There's a couple on there at the minute, which is a few, and they're the TikTok beggars. You
I
got this
hate
one
those.
guy. I won't say his full name. He's not gonna give me the airtime, but his surname is sounds like Beach, and his first name is. Do you know
His
Do you
first name
know
is Nonce. Is
Nonce? Yeah, Nancy Beach.
I
So,
blocked it. I blocked him because
oh,
I must have watched a fucking TikTok and I went down a bit of a rabbit hole, and then I was like, oh, I
as you
can't do
do.
it. I can't do it
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
gonna punch my phone because I can't punch him,
yeah.
so I punch my phone.
No, it is an unbelievably toxic environment. I've never known anything like it. With the what's the thing? The community that he's got around him is so fucking toxic. It's unreal. He's
Mm,
appealing to young girls. That's what he's doing. That's what he's trying to do. Appealing to young girls. So
yeah.
he's definitely a fucking wrong 'un. And the way he's doing it is he doesn't allow comments. So he's
Yeah.
full blown narcissistic traits because he's living he's riding his own wave. And I tell you what, Christmas time, this Christmas just gone, I was in central Bristol with girlfriend, my daughter, having a coffee on Corn Street, if anyone knows it. Sat and I'm drinking my fucking flat white, enjoying it. I knew she walked past the fucking window by that fucking nonce, and I thought, you shitbag. And I thought, I sat there with the missus, and I thought, I can't just go. And I said, look, and she went, what's up? I said, too late, he's gone. I said, that is my one
Yeah.
chance. One chance.
One
I was gonna,
chance.
I would have. I would have if she hadn't traveled to come and see me. I'd have said, like, "Can I come and catch up in an hour?" Um, I would have followed
Yeah.
him. I'd have put a surveillance on it. I would have followed him to where he was going, and then I would have fucking bummed him. Could have very bummed him.
Oh, there's another prick that really winds me up, and
Yeah.
he's I can't remember his tag name, but he refers to himself as the hardest man on TikTok.
Oh, not
Have you
that
seen him?
fucking
Oh
not.
my
Oh,
God! And
not the
he's like
billionaire gifter.
that's him. He's like, look how big I am. It's like, mate, you're probably about my height. What are you even doing? You're
He's
five
a
foot
six
six
foot
max.
five, 20 stone. He
Yeah,
says all this bullshit, and he? Yeah.
yeah.
And he's got the worst comb over in the world, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah. You've
Yeah.
got more hair, really.
I have, mate. I have. I pulled him. He was saying things about all his fucking cars and assets. Yeah, I used to be with
Oh
the
yeah,
biggest.
yeah.
I used to be the biggest. You know what in my thing, and I stitched his and I ripped the shit out of him. He never responded, but I just thought, oh, you
They
absolutely
never
fucking.
do.
So people like you get people like me caught you fucker. You know,
Yeah.
loose lips. But yeah, he's the
There's
stuff
so
about
many.
him. Oh, mate, it's just you give them a platform, they create this echo chamber around them. You get one or two people like what they do, and it becomes this
It's
morbid
to be
fascination.
fair, it's people. I'll put myself in this bracket. It's people like me that watch it and get annoyed, and you're watching it. So you're watching him, you're getting views, he's getting views, and the more views he gets, he then gets paid or whatever. I know it's not much, but
It's it's car crash TV though, isn't it, mate? Sometimes you
yeah,
can't help but want to watch it. I was watching this prick Mr. UK TikTok the other day. He was out there with his fucking mic speaker in his ear, and he goes and stands in the middle of, when you get a pedestrian crossing.
yeah.
And you got the bit in the middle, so you can go across one carriageway, stop, and maybe crack on. He plots up in the middle of these things, puts his phone down, leans it on the deck, so he films it, and he's just dancing in the middle of the street. No one's paying any attention to him. I found myself watching that for 5 minutes, saying, I just want him to fall over. I want him to fall in front of a car. Someone push him.
Someone
Anything.
just someone just smash his phone up and just
Just
carry
someone
on
grab
watching.
that speaker and smash it over his head. Well, there you go, mate.
Oh, there's
Oh,
another thing that annoys me, but I found out a new thing that I don't know if they know it, but you know those auditors.
oh, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so my CP instructor for my top up course, he said he had some come to one of his sites that he was looking after
Really?
in North London because he
Yeah.
works at a lot of the not mosques. What's the? Ah, what do fucking Jewish people get married in?
Jewish churches.
Yeah, that'll do. Oh, what's it called? Synagogue. Synagogue.
Oh, synagogue. Yeah,
Yeah,
not to be
Jewish church.
confused with a cinema, not a cinema.
Yeah, yeah. So he works on some of the high-end synagogues in London. That a couple of
Yeah.
them are on like state, are like fucking class 5. So if anything happens, the fucking police are there rapid.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
yeah, and this guy was like mincing about there, and he was like, "You all right?" And he was like, "Yeah, just flying my drone. Is that all right?" And he was just like, "Yeah, no problem, mate." Whatever. And he basically ignored him, and this guy was trying to rile him up
Yeah.
so that he reacts, and he was just having none of it. And then
Yeah. Yeah.
he just came out with, "Do you get paid for your YouTube channel?" He was like, "Yeah," and he went, "Well, if my face or any of this goes on your YouTube
Mm,
channel, I'm taking you to court for
yeah.
using my image for your financial gain."
Your financial
Went
gain. Yeah.
and he was like, "That's illegal," and he was like, "But it's public." He was like, "No, because you're getting paid for it." He was like,
Yeah.
and then he fucked off apparently, and it didn't get put up. I was
Yeah.
like, "Bosh, fucking got
That's
him."
it. Becomes
Then you got
copyright distribution.
yeah, you've got that other prick as well that And for those of you listening, I am aware that if you're at a red light, you shouldn't be on your phone. All right. But you got that guy in London.
Mikey on a cyclist
Yeah.
Mikey or something. What a
Mikey on a
fucking knob.
bikey. Yeah.
Mikey
Oh,
on a bike. Yeah.
you're on your fucking phone. Oh, do you want to be on your ass? Because
Yeah. Because I don't care what now. If you film me, you're going to get a good bit of film with my fist coming towards your fucking head, mate. Yeah. Cycling Mikey, isn't it?
yeah, I honestly believed that my life was in danger, so I escalated.
Yes. I felt threatened, mate. Honestly, and he does push buttons, but
Mm.
what's he do? What is he doing? He says, "Oh, you're on your phone,"
I think to
and
be
then he's
fair with that guy, I can understand where he's got his little vigilante thing from. I think his
yeah,
if I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure a family member got hit by a driver who was texting or on the phone or something.
yeah,
So I can sort of see
yeah,
where he's coming from, but also
yeah.
fuck off.
He, it's how he goes about it, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah, don't
But
be
what
a
about all the
dick.
cyc?
Don't
Yeah,
be a
what about all
dick.
the cyclists that ride along not single file,
Ah,
taking out a
yeah.
body of traffic? I had some today. I actually I was driving up to a sort of set of lights. There's three cyclists coming down the
is this
road.
the Grumpy Old Men podcast?
Yeah, yeah. I actually fucking shouted out the window, single file. The window, look around like that. So yeah, fuckers.
Fucking hell.
I got nothing against them. I just think that sometimes some people have this sense of ownership, or
Yeah,
what's the word I'm thinking of? This self-righteousness, where they have this right that I can do what I like. Yeah, you
yeah,
can, mate, but just deploy a bit of common sense, will you? You're on
yeah,
a
yeah.
windy country lane. You're only going 20 miles an hour. You're
Have some
fucking
decorum.
free of you. Yeah, because I will fucking wing mirror you, mate. I will do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
just move over,
I will
please.
because my car's a bag of shit, so I'll just hit you with it. It's fine.
Yeah, I've got my work car, mate. I don't care what I hit with that thing. I mean, I don't care. I'm looking for a chance to knock a mirror off of it.
I'll tell
I
you what
don't
else
care.
I've noticed as well on oh fucking hell on TikTok and old Ricky Vet is really good at finding them. Is the waltz
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
and yeah he's doing well for himself. Old Ricky, I've asked him to come on
He's
before.
done well.
Um,
I'm gonna keep going, mate. I'm gonna find a picture of a Walt that
oh,
we've been highlighting on TikTok. Let me just.
is it that I think I may have found him a couple of times? This
It's
guy
the one
that
that
you're
wears the
thinking.
SAS beret and this real fucking
Right.
mess.
Yes. Right. So this guy, I've sent him a message several times,
Yeah.
several different photos. Obviously, he's a major Walt, and I've literally
Yeah.
put you. I think you might need some help. I think he might need help. He's either
I
just a
don't think he's
massive
all there,
cunt
is he?
or he's fucking not all there. But the biggest thing about the fucking SAS fucking badge, it's fabric and it's sewn on. Why has he got an actual pin?
Yeah.
It's fucking madness, mate.
His account's gone again, mate. I try to find it. It's gone.
Oh, is he gone? Is he?
Yeah. It's
Well,
gone. I think he brings the account.
I've seen so many pictures of him where he's like got his bed and he's got the Union flag there,
That's
but
it.
then he's got like all the berets. He's got all of
Yeah,
them.
the whole selection, and the
All of them.
photographs like this
Yeah,
with his
and he's like,
burial. Jesus.
you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't fucking know.
Oh man, honestly,
Oh,
the
but
guys are. Yeah, I honestly don't. I think you're right. I think he's probably not quite all
he
there. I
can't.
think he's sandwich short.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely.
Yeah, but there we go. But Ricky's doing well. I saw Ricky up in Bury a couple of months ago. I had a quick
Oh yeah.
catch up when I was doing therapy up there. Yeah. Yeah, in fact, when I was there, we all met up. We had Ricky, Alex Harrison, One Eyed Wanderer, the Gren that got his
Yeah,
got who had butted a 7.62.
yeah.
One man army, always dressed up with does the loads of things. And Ricky, so it's quite a good little gathering. Yeah, it
Oh,
was all
nice.
right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the one-eyed wanderer before because he likes to rip my beloved regiment quite often. So I like to
I
put little
bet.
things. I like to just put little things underneath, just so you
Yeah,
know.
make sure.
Because
Yeah,
the
you must
the
get some
best I've
shit
had.
mind.
I do, but it's all fucking banter at the end of the day.
Part of it, isn't it?
The
Yeah,
best one that I've had recently, and the best thing about it is it's all been fucking debunked. So it was obviously the Battle of Bastion, and I had the flight sergeant who was the
yeah,
guy that who received the military cross for his actions,
yeah,
and he
yeah,
talked through it from start to finish, basically
yeah,
whose fault it was that it happened, how quick the RAF Reg actually deployed to sort the
yeah,
fucking shit out. Because everyone goes,
yeah.
"Well, it's your fucking fault they got through the wire." Our job is not the wire, by the way, people.
Mm. Yeah,
But he basically debunked the whole thing and how bad the actual
yeah,
firefight was, how they got in, how they were dressed, the
yeah,
firepower
yeah.
that they had, the areas that they were targeting, and I was just like, "Fucking hell!" And I
Sure.
was literally because I was the squadron after that. We handed over from them,
Yeah,
and obviously it's similar to everybody else. We heard all the same stories, all that they shot their own body armor and all this fucking thing. I didn't
yeah.
realize how many casualties we actually had personally.
Really.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was four, five, six lads that all had some sort of
yeah,
injury. Oh fucking, what's his name? Forgotten his name already. Even the guy himself, he had an injury. He had to go and sit down in the fucking med center with everybody else. It was fucking.
yeah,
There was a few US. I don't know if they were Marines or if they were Air Force, but a couple of them lost their lives and all sorts.
yeah.
It was a shit show.
Messy though, isn't it? Yeah, it's fucking messy business though, isn't it, as well? I mean, no,
Oh,
I don't
definitely.
think anyone expected it to be as brutal as it was it? Because I mean,
Yeah,
I was way long gone. I mean, I was in prison for, when it towards the back end of it, but I was so detached from everything. I remember being right in the prime of when I was up to no good, about 2009. And I remember a lot of help heroes had just exploded, hadn't they? This time they were doing so
yeah.
much. And I remember seeing all the time fundraisers, veterans, squatters, and every time I've seen like a veteran going past raising money, there's a couple of guys in burgers with a flag, help heroes. There's a fucking 50 quid, there's 100 quid. It's dirty money,
Yeah,
but it's going to the right place, isn't it? I
yeah,
thought,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
keep going, lads. Just do what you can. But yeah, I was so detached from it though, because I just,
It's mad. It's mad. And do you know
yeah,
what's quite sad now? And I know we're quite lucky that we've sort of part of the community, as it were, and
mm,
it's starting to form and blossom again. But
mm,
it's as though since we left Iraq and Afghanistan, and there's not a
yeah,
lot happening. It's like, oh, who gives a shit?
yeah, yeah.
Who
What
gives a
was the
shit?
point?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's a bit massive thing. Is what was the actual point? We
yeah,
lost hundreds of lads' lives, and then
yeah,
countless afterwards.
yeah.
And
I worked
and
for a charity, a military charity, and for mental health, and it's exactly that. What we get is every day new inquiries of men and women struggling with the mental health because of what they've been through 10, 15
yeah,
years ago. Yet the public, and quite rightly so, they move on now. They can carry on with
Mm.
their daily lives because there's no longer this war to go on with. When it's going on, there's always the flights coming in, bringing in recovering the losses and
Yeah,
everything going. It was massive media, and now it's not anymore. So, but what they didn't realize is all the people that have been involved in that, the people that have served, it's still real for them. They're still
yeah,
living it on a daily basis, and you don't
it
see
is.
that.
I literally have written on my arm now. I've got it's actually from a quote from Jarhead, Anthony
Mm.
Swarford, and it literally I've got "still in the desert" written on my arm because there's
Yeah,
still a huge chunk of myself that's still over there. Not that I
yeah,
saw the same amount of action as a Big Dave Radband or
mm.
a fucking Ali SAS guy or a fucking paratrooper or whoever. It's like, but that was a massive part of me, and that was a massive
Yeah,
part of my downfall was because I lost that sense of belonging,
yeah.
that
Well, that has a
purpose.
that's a profound effect on you, doesn't it? Something as intense of being in a war or operational duty, you can't help it but it not be ingrained on your memory, and it always be in the forefront at some point. It's always a relatable item. You think, oh, you'd always compare things to it.
Mm.
Well, that was the yeah. What as bad as that there was it? There's always some way of
Yeah,
basing a comparison. And no,
that
it's
was a thing because when I was really struggling, I used to lash out on other people, not
mm,
knowing that I was struggling, basically. And one of my close mates, I remember my missus telling me, "Oh, he's going on to antidepressants. He's struggling a bit."
yeah,
And my first thought was the same as all the trolls that I had when I came out with what I had. I was like, "Fuck's him out with him." We were in the
yeah,
RAF Reg. We weren't fucking like super front line like the fucking paras and the Marines and the
yeah,
rifles. The fuck's he got a bit? And then it wasn't until I took a long fucking look at myself, thinking, "You're not right, mate.
yeah. But it's
You're not
hard though,
right."
isn't it? It's
Yeah,
hard to
yeah.
notice it though, because you,
I still find myself slipping now, but I'm
yeah,
a little bit more in tuned. Funnily enough, I may have actually been on the pills when we first started talking.
mm,
I went the wrong way. I did just go cold turkey coming off my fucking tablets, which was a mistake. But
oh, well,
I, for the longest time, that they did help. Don't get me wrong, they helped
mm,
balance me. But then I was
yeah,
numb. I was numb to everything. I was like,
yeah,
I, I've admitted it quite a few times on here. I was definitely not myself. I wasn't the
mm,
life of the party that I can be. I was very much monotone and focused.
yeah,
Even sexually, mate. Fucking
mm,
the old captain. He didn't fancy it. He'd pop up and
yeah.
say hello, but would he go off? Would he fuck? Fucking lazy bastard.
Oh, yeah.
Bless
How
him.
dare he?
But
Yeah,
but do you know what I mean? It was those little things, and then that would play on my mind then, and I'm like,
yeah,
what the fuck's wrong with me now? I'm supposed to be fixed now. Um,
yeah, yeah,
and then I came off them, and I managed to manage myself a bit better. And it was now I'm off it, and I know that I've got depression because that's just not going to fucking go away.
yeah,
Um, I can manage it because I know when I'm having a bit of a, it's like, come on, mate, go and do something that will make you feel better. Whether it's go and do some fizz,
yeah,
and I found that I got to keep myself busy. Whether it is finding someone like yourself, Rich, to chat to, or organise my fucking charity football matches that I organise.
yeah.
I've got to keep on the go. Otherwise, I then start sitting and
Slipping.
reflecting.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm the same,
look,
mate. I'm the same.
to be fair, luckily for me, the last couple of weeks, um, I had my advanced first aid to do, and then my CP course.
Mm, yeah,
But that wasn't really that was more academic than anything, and I had to try and get through that. But I hadn't done the podcast for two. Well, this should have been the third week now, and the football had finished. I'm sort of ramping up to do another couple of games next year, but it's
mm,
still in the planning stage. I haven't got anything fucking set for me to go right. That's the fucking dates.
yeah,
So I've been sat for these last couple of weeks, and I'm like, so I just pack in the podcast. I don't know, I can't be bothered anymore. And then
yeah,
when that sort of creeps in, I'm like, the other part of my brain is then going, remember why you fucking started it, you fucking idiot.
yeah.
And then I'm like, right, fuck it, Rich. When are you actually free? Right, fuck it, fine. we'll sort that out. We'll get that sorted. I'll speak to someone else, and it's when you get knocked back a few times with trying to get guests on. It's usually the ones with the blue ticks. Everyone, they say like, "No, sorry, are you going to pay me?" It's like, well, no, I record in a shed, mate. What do I need? What do I need to fucking pay you for? I mean, I've already paid for the Zoom. We're on Zoom. You fucking. Oh, sorry. Sorry, big time. Sorry, mate. Fucking forgot your.
With the 4,000 followers, Mr. Blue Tick off you. They pay for that blue tick.
Now. Yeah,
they buy it. Purchased it with one follower. Yeah, it's honestly, mate. It's mad. I'm the same with depression. I've had bouts of depression since first time I had it bad when I was going to do myself in part of C4 K. I was just had enough, mate. So I got on the old fluoxetine, and you're right. It gives you a balance. It takes the edge off it. It allows you to function enough to get yourself in the position where whatever was causing you the stress and the depression removes the problems. But you need that. Not everyone, but require a little bit of medication to carry you through. Yeah. Just a little helping hand, isn't it?
Oh, I've said it before, Rich, on here quite a few times. I'm never going to knock anyone for taking whatever tablets they need to take, as long as they're prescribed. Fuckers. Because, as you said, some people need that little bit. My mother-in-law takes them. You know.
Yeah.
I've personally, for me, I'd rather feel than be numb. I did it, and I'm going to repeat this all the time, as many times as possible on here. Do not do what I did and just go off them, because then everything comes flooding in at once. And I went from being super high the one day, I was like, fucking hell, I'm fixed. And then boom.
Bang.
And I literally, I went for a nice long walk. I took a Bergen. I was like, I'm going for a walk. And then I was like, nobody really wants me anymore. Let's face it. And I was at that low. I was like, nobody would give a shit. Wrote a note, which I subsequently have destroyed because I don't want anyone reading that. And I was like, that's it. I'm about ready. And then it wasn't until I got home, saw the missus, saw the girls, and I was like, whoa.
Hang on a minute. Yeah.
Whoa. And then I sat and had a long chat with the missus, and I was like, ooh, I shouldn't have done that. She was like, no, you fucking shouldn't, you fucking idiot.
So what do you do? Do you stay cold turkey? Just wean yourself up? Did you go back on
no,
it again and come off slowly?
I just stayed. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Just the best medicine for me, and I know I've seen so many different things now from Joe Rogan and a few other mental health experts that they say you shouldn't. Funny thing is now, so for ages, make sure you talk about your problems, get them off your chest, and now they're saying don't talk about them, because then you're reflecting more on your problems, so that your problems will then stay. And it's like, whoa, hang on.
What do I do then?
What am I supposed to do? For me, I prefer to talk about it, because otherwise it does build up. I can't just forget about it.
Yeah.
Because
so maybe you might benefit from seeing me and have a session of bilateral stimulation then, mate.
It sounds naughty.
It does. It's got vibrating things.
Oh.
Do what you like with them, mate. You're supposed to hold on to them, but you stick it where you like.
Well, talk me through it. What is it?
So basically, the therapy that I've trained in is. Have you ever heard of EMDR?
Jog my memory.
So I'll do it for people that are listening who may not have heard of any of it. So EMDR is a form of psychotherapy that means eye movement, desensitization, and reprocessing. What it does basically is when you, as we said before, when you experience something traumatic, like somebody getting blown up, car accident, victim of domestic violence, some sort of an attack, you end up having information stored in your brain which doesn't get processed. This is the short version. Because basically, whilst you're going through this, let's say this life-threatening situation, you're in fight or flight mode. So whilst you're in fight or flight mode, your brain function changes down to your lower brain, your lizard brain. And what that does is your lizard brain just keeps you alive. Run, fight, or freeze. What you're going to do. doesn't care about anything else. But whilst you're surviving, whether it be running, fighting, whatever you're doing, is your brain is still recording information. It's still seeing everything. It's still tasting, smelling, feeling pain. But at the time, your brain isn't actually dealing with it. It's just recording it and storing it to be dealt with later on. So when you come out of this situation and you find that you've lived, what should happen is your brain should collect this data, process it into your other side of your brain as memories or as a new experience, and is stored correctly. What happens sometimes is your brain doesn't collect that data. It leaves it there unprocessed. And your brain thinks it's happening all the time, which is why you get flashbacks and triggers, because as far as your brain's concerned, it's just happened. So that's why you get night terrors. You can get triggered at sleep, you wake up, you think you're back there again. Do you get associated anxiety, stress, and everything that goes with it? Now, what's supposed to happen with this brainwave activity when it returns to normal is your brainwave should increase enough to lift the data out, but because it hasn't done, what we do with bilateral stimulation by movement of your eyes, so moving your eyes left to right, and tappers that vibrate in your hands, we stimulate left and right side of your body. So we stimulate the right, the left gets activated, left, the right gets activated alternately. Now, what we do is, whilst this is happening, we build up the activity in your brain, increase, I think it's alpha brainwave activity, which is responsible for processing information and new memories and such like. Also, meditation. We get you to think of this incident as causing you distress. If it's someone that's been, let me give an IED as an example. You're walking down a road, an IED goes off, you've got the adrenaline spikes, you see what's happened, it's stuck in there. It's not something you have to create. It's an image of an event which is live. So recalling it isn't very difficult to do. For most people, it's there in seconds. We get them to recall that image. No talking needed. Talk if you want. Whilst you're recalling this image, the stimulation is increasing, the intensity is increasing. What we do is we take the data and we lift it by increasing the brainwaves. We gather the data, lift it out of where it's sat waiting, and process it onto the other side of the brain where it becomes a memory. So what we do effectively, we remove all of the trauma, we remove the disorder. It becomes just a post-traumatic memory, if you like, rather than a post-traumatic disorder. It no longer dictates or governs you. It's no longer lucid or real. You completely desensitize from it, and therefore no more symptoms or side effects. Takes about an hour. Job done, mate. Fixed. Usually one session. Usually one session will do it. Yeah, it's fucking amazing, mate. I was working with a guy in Beret 2 weeks ago. He was in Gulf 1, 1990. He'd been traveling, he'd been carrying this trauma for what, 20, no, 30, 34 years?
Yeah.
One session, mate. Gone.
Fucking hell.
So, yeah. So maybe I'll come down to Kent and have a look.
Yeah. Give me
But
a fucking buzz.
It's that effective, mate, honestly. I mean, if people
buzz on the super dildos.
get the old buzzers going, get them up there. If it's complex, it can take more. It could take multiple sessions, but generally speaking, 1 to 2 sessions maximum, mate, for me. Yeah, and people are in a good place.
That's fucking epic.
So yeah, it's mental, mate. Honestly, I'm just currently producing a bit of a promotional video. Once it's done, I'll send you a copy. You can have a look at it.
Yeah, I'll fucking get it out there as well for you.
Yeah, mate.
Because it's amazing how many different things work for different people as well. Like,
yeah,
I think I probably spoke to you about it. Would I have done it by the time we first spoke? Maybe not. I went on a course, and it fucking pisses me off to this day that he didn't get the funding. I spoke about it loads of times on here, guys. So if you've heard it before, then just fucking you already know. It's called Inner Armor, and it's basically done through positive psychology. And
yeah,
the main grasp of it is Lego. And most people go, "What the Tommo, fucking Lego? I'm not a kid." But basically, you build your trauma through the Lego.
I've heard of this. Yes,
and then you talk through your trauma through the Lego. And
Yeah,
it helps you just release. It just helps you release it all out, and you're like, "Fucking hell." I remember I did it, and he basically said, "Right, build your worst day, the worst day that you can remember. It could be an attack you witnessed, or it could be an IED blast or whatever. And mine happened to be when my eldest daughter found me on the floor of my kitchen, and I was
Yeah.
fucking in bits. I was on the verge of, I don't know, some sort of breakdown. I was fucking in tears.
Yeah.
I thought my fucking marriage was down the Swanee. I thought fucking everything. And
Yeah.
and basically my daughter came in, found me, said to Daddy, everything's okay. We all still love you. Don't worry about it. She would have
Yeah.
only been about eight, 9.
Why? What an amazing girl.
Yeah, and fucking just basically sat me up forehead to forehead.
Yeah.
Basically saved my life, bless her. And
Yeah. Yeah.
basically, so that would have been, and then 2 days later, I started. It was either 2 or 4 days later, I started the podcast. But it was
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
journey from there to grow in the podcast, and then it basically, I'll find the photos and I'll send them to you. And then
Yeah.
I created like a ladder type thing, and then it had loads of different skeletons on the floor, which was my traumas, and basically me climbing this ladder, and there's no top to the ladder because the journey's fucking never ending.
Yeah.
And that was basically, and I was talking it through, and I was getting all fucking choked up because I was talking about my
Yeah.
daughter and things like that, and then I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
And then the guy Al McGregor, his name is, he's fucking brilliant. I'll get him in touch with you as well.
Yeah.
He he's fucking massive, right? To
Is
start
he?
with, he's
Yeah.
fucking huge, but he is the gentlest man I have ever met,
Yeah.
and he's so nice. And he was
Yeah.
talking to me, and I was just like, you've literally put me at ease. I've been living with all this crap, like.
Yeah.
When I first started the course, I remember I was I was a bit anxious to be there. I didn't know anyone. I knew some of them were, well, in fact, I think one of the blokes was, I think he was Princess of Wales Regiment. He was one of the
Yeah.
top officers in there. He basically led
Mm.
the invasion in '03
Yeah.
into Iraq. He led that, and he's done all this. I'm pretty sure he had an MBE and all sorts. And I was just
Yeah.
sat there just going, and then there's me, Raf Reg guy,
Yeah.
had a little bit in it, but it was like we're all on the same level. Nobody was judging anyone. It was just a
Mm.
beautiful environment to be in, and everyone sat and listened and then helped and guided. And I was just like, this is fucking
Yeah.
brilliant. But I just remember being there the first day we all met in the hotel bar. So a few of them knew each other anyway, and they were chatting, and I was literally just sat there on my phone. I was like, I'll just nobody wants to talk to me anyway, so just on my phone. By the end of it, phone was away because that's like a
Yeah.
comfort. My phone. I was like, phone was away. I
Yeah.
was fucking chatting with everyone. I was like, oh, nice to see you. I'll take your number and we'll get in touch again. And I was
Yeah.
just like, this is incredible. Just all through
Yeah.
basically positive psychology.
Yeah.
And he had this whole fucking design that was basically almost perfect. And there was
Yeah.
one with the 7 questions, and you basically just keep asking questions, and you ask him like, what's your perfect day? What's your perfect day if you could do anything? And you go through it, and then you'll pick up on little things, and you'll be like, how come you, or why did you say this? And then you'll be like, well, why did I say that? And then you think about it,
Yeah.
and it was all, and because it's not 100% perfect, like that 1% might not work, and they might go and kill themselves.
Yeah.
For example, fucking, I know that's fucking top of the scale. It
Yeah.
wouldn't get the funding from the
Oh,
military,
but
and the police.
nothing's 100%
Yeah, I know,
guaranteed.
but it was just mad, and I was like, I've done it. I know the power in it,
Yeah.
and we literally
Yeah.
did a
If
podcast before I did it, and then a podcast after I did it,
mm,
and he was like, I can't believe the difference in yourself from
yeah.
then and now, and I was just like, yeah, nor me. But
Yeah.
if Al is listening, I know he does listen. If you are listening, where the
Mm.
fuck is my certificate and my fucking t-shirt? I did that course like fucking 3 years ago.
Where's my stuff, man?
I love a free t-shirt. Where's my t-shirt?
Yeah. How? Oh, it's good though. It's sometimes with any sort of therapy, it's especially men and more so veterans. Just it's taking that step to accepting the fact you need help. It's just
Oh yeah.
accepting the fact, and it's doing it early enough when you know that someone's not right. Because most of us tend to be rock bottom before we go for the help.
Oh
But
yeah. Yeah.
it's like actually, do you know what? I think I'm feeling a bit shit today. Let's go now before I get really bad. Then it's an easier intervention rather than
Oh yeah,
someone that's
definitely.
so far down the road. You know, but yeah, no, it's good, mate. It's good that you did it because, like you say, if you're online in the public, you can advocate for it, can't you, as well? So
Oh yeah,
these things work, and there's so many clever therapists out there which people never even think of. There's so many. I
yeah,
mean, hypnotherapy is amazing. EMDR, BLS. I'm a big fan of therapists which work more recent therapies, more psychotherapists, like stuff which uses tapping and eye movement because it's clinically proven that it works about accessing information in the brain and helping to sort of reprocess it. Whereas some people would prefer talker therapy. You just want to go and have a good old
yeah,
chat, get it off your
yeah, yeah.
chest. Sometimes you might need to do both. You might need to have because I've found people that have done a session with myself, they suddenly got new memories. There's
Mm,
stuff that they would not have recollected because they were so busy living, they just completely do not recall stuff. And all of a sudden they think, fucking hell, I forgot about that. One of the guys they worked
yeah,
with, he was in an RPG attack. And his problem was getting hit with shrapnel and stuff like that. And there was a lot of pain involved. And in the end, he was laughing. I said, why, you know, I don't normally ask questions, but why are you laughing, mate? He said, we're all stood at the back of the warrior laughing now. I forgot that because he survived, they're just laughing. They didn't get killed.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he'd forgotten that part of it because the trauma was blocking it out. All he could see was the traumatic event.
Mm.
He didn't see what happened in the sort of like hour or so after that. He had no recollection, but that came back. So
That's
yeah, so that's
beautiful in
nuts.
itself. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's amazing,
Nah, I
mate.
love that.
Honestly, it's very good, very
Do you,
satisfying.
yeah, do you know what? Do you know what? You started to mention your book, and then we went off topic.
Oh shit, yeah, yeah. So yeah, right. Here
I'm
we
good
go.
at
Then.
that.
So
I'm good at that.
good. I'm just as bad. I keep forgetting there's a book. What book? Oh yeah, that. So yeah, so OVOps or overseas operations, affectionately known as OVOps, because it's a bit of a mouthful, carries on straight after Charlie 4 Kilo. So I won't give away the end of Charlie 4 Kilo in case anyone hasn't read it. But if they do read it and they have
If
read
you
it, at
can,
the
you
end
can
is
find it on Amazon, right?
it's on Amazon, or another good link to get to is to go to my website, which is iamrichjones.co.uk. All the links are on there for signed
I'll,
copies and for
I'll put it in the bio.
put a ting in the bio. So we pick up from the end of C4K, where I've still got this fucking great drug that I'm trying to pay off. And I give him the option to go overseas to work with I didn't know at the time to meet up with the cartels. I didn't know that's what I was doing. I just know I was going to pick up a couple of kilos of fucking cocaine. Turns out that I'm going to meet up with a firm over there, ex-squaddies. And I thought,
Hey,
no way. So a guy from the Green Jackets and a guy who was in the Paras. And I thought, no fucking way. So we hit it off straight away because banter immediately. So ended the three of us doing this like, almost like a mercenary setup, doing a bit of course, the book is classed as biographical fiction because I've never been convicted of these kind of offences. So the book is clearly biographical fiction. I've got to get that one in
just
there.
just get
Just
that in there.
disclaimer. Um,
Disclaimer:
so
this may or
th
may not have happened.
Yeah, so this fictional story about me going over to Spain and Madrid and meeting Colombians never happened. So it's totally different to C4K. It's a very different read. It's C4K was very chaotic
Mm.
because it was when people were getting arrested and there was debts and it was madness. Whereas OVOPS is more organized now because I'm working with a different firm. We're working with the military. It's it's proper organized crime. It's smuggling. It's all these sort of things that go on there. Vast amounts of money and lots of cocaine. So yeah, it's a good one. And I got a start. I started part four about a month ago, but I ain't gonna get it done. My head's in it. I got too much work to do. But the next one is part
Yeah.
four called Index. That's gonna be probably next year, I expect, mate, to be fair.
Oh, getting there.
Then I got to do the last book, which is going to be the prequel, which is going to be called The Lost Soldier. That's going to be part one because part one's not out yet. And I'll do the prequel in a couple of years' time. So
Oh,
yeah, see how it goes. But yeah,
get them all going, and then they're all gonna get fucking actioned, and you'll
action
be
into a movie.
yeah,
Who
movie
knows?
or a series.
Well, I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know. I think until the whole series of books is ready, I
Yeah.
haven't got the full story. No one can work with it, can they? I need to get all the books out there, and people can think, right, okay, we can do something with this. Maybe we can make a series of films. Maybe we could do a
Mm.
series on it. Maybe we could do, I don't
Be the
know.
next, be the next
Yeah.
Rise of the Foot Soldier.
Well, actually, I have got links with Terry Stone anyway. I was on his podcast a while ago. So
Oh, have you?
Terry's got these copies of book on his shelf. I said, Terry, if you're watching this, mate, Rise of the Lost Soldier. Here he comes.
Yes,
So
I like that. I like that.
yeah, so
Yeah,
I think Terry.
they're some good movies. I think, I like the movies, right? I
Yeah.
just think they done them in a weird order. I don't know if they were planning on doing it like that, but
Oh,
obviously,
backwards and
yeah,
forwards, and yeah,
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 because obviously you got the Rise of the Foot Soldier, which is obviously mainly about Carlton Leach, isn't it?
yeah,
And
yeah,
and then they obviously went, well, people really like Pat Tate
yeah.
and fucking what's the other guy's called? Oh,
Oh, Tony Tucker and Craig
Tony
Ralph.
Tucker. That's it.
Yeah.
Tony Tucker. And then it's like, and then they were like, oh, we'll carry on playing them, but we're fucking 10 years earlier. And it's like, but you look older.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
get it. You like playing the character. I understand that, but
Yeah.
it's all
The
just all round the wrong way.
continuity wise,
Yeah.
it's stuck. But I think because I've watched all of them multiple times, and you
Yeah.
know what? I think the way the characters are portrayed, Craig Fairbrass does Pat Tate brilliantly because
Yeah.
I get anxious watching it because of
Yes.
the world I live in, because I could pick up on the emotions. I thought, I know what you're feeling there, mate. I know what that's like to
Yeah.
do that because I can relate to it. I can relate to lots of different aspects of the films, which is why I
Mm.
like it, because I think shit. I know these kind of people. I've been around
Yeah.
these kind of
Yeah.
people, and these are real. People say, well, it's fictional characters. No, this stuff
They
actually
were real.
happens.
Yeah. Because they
This happens.
restored the Land Rover, didn't they? And someone bought it.
I saw that on TikTok. Terry was talking about it the other day. So the guy bought it, restored it, and they rented it off of them to do the
Yeah.
one of the Pat Tate story. I think it was the
Yeah.
Marbella #3.
That's actually really good.
So yeah,
One
he's
prostitute,
got
two prostitutes.
yeah. Oh mate, it's just like yeah. When they were going with that one. But yeah, absolutely nuts, mate. But the thing, because when they were in Spain, that's why I relate to it because of Ovops. I was over there
Ah,
in
got you.
Spain, so that's how I got that sort of. Although somewhat allegedly, quite a few years afterwards, after they were there, but I've been in those circles over
Yeah.
there. You know, I
Well,
know what he's saying.
they were saying that they've obviously made those movies that they've made, but they said they could make so many more just from the time that
Mm,
they were in Marbella. They said
mm,
there was so
I
many
bet.
stories about them being fucking just
Oh,
fucking
chaos.
nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that anyone who gets involved in any kind of life like that must know enough different people and live through their stories. You could, I
Yeah.
I mean, I can think of countless people that I've met in that world. I could think I could do a book on you alone. Alfie,
Mm.
that's in Charlie 4 Kilo, is everyone's favorite. I could do a book on him alone. You know, he's absolutely fucking nuts. I think he's
Yeah.
still alive as well, but that's just one person. And you come across these
Uh,
people all the time. It's a very unstable world, but you get some very unstable characters
yeah.
in there as
You get
well,
some fucking
which
bonkers people.
make entertainment, don't they? That's what
Yeah.
they are.
I think I've seen you mention it before, and I think it was layer cake
Oh,
being
brilliant.
quite realistic to how,
Yeah,
especially with like the wannabe gangsters wanting to
exactly.
sell the bag of
Yeah.
pills.
I can relate to every single part of that film from s-
I thought I thought it was fucking
almost
brilliant.
every part. It's so good, mate. It's so clever, and it shows the divide between the organized criminals and the gangster wannabes, the loud
Mm.
ones, and how sometimes, although you don't want to, sometimes your paths do cross for some reason or other, and you don't get a choice. You just these people just come into your space for some reason, and they may well have come across something. They may have robbed someone. They come across something that's a good deal. Well, it's a good fucking deal. I'll work with you on this basis, but I don't like it. I don't like being around you. People like you get people like me in trouble, and
Yeah.
it's the risk that you take. But it's so cleverly done, mate. Honestly, it shows all the different levels and tiers in organized crime, from the absolute fucking idiots like the Duke and such like.
Yeah, the Duke. Yeah.
So all of their gang are loud, they're shouty, they're aggressive, they're unstable. To people that are very calm and collected, like
Yeah.
Daniel Craig's character's firm, yeah, they don't fuck about. And then you go up a level again where you've got Gene linked with what's the guy name? The one that was the informant in the end. Oh shit.
Sydney Shaw. No, that's fucking rock and roller, isn't it? Sydney
That's
Shaw.
rock and roll, yeah. It's
Uh,
Mr. fucking it's not Michael Gambon's character, it's the one below him.
oh
So you
yes,
got
yeah,
Michael
yeah, yeah,
Gambon, and you got the other guy. Yeah, he goes, oh, good fucking gear, and he wins the fucking golf,
yeah,
sort of that. So it's
yeah.
him. So
Yeah,
you
the
can see
loud.
the different levels.
Yeah,
Yeah, not Eddie Temple, the other one. I can't
yeah. I
even
know.
think of his name right now,
Fucking, I
but
can't think of his name either.
yeah, but it's brilliant, mate. Honestly, I can't remember how many times I've seen that film, but all I do know is that every time I watch it, I think even when he goes into the club and he meets Sienna Miller,
Mm.
and he's in there and he's not interested, and the Duke's nephew has got, I've got VIP,
Oh,
mate, just the
he's
champagne
fucking
in his
gobbing off in
fucking
his ear.
ear. And he's smashed out of his face. Want a light? No, knock yourself out, mate. Fuck off. I want your
Yeah,
bird. That's what I want.
yeah.
I want your missus. And it's just like that. It's certain. There are times when it's just like it, mate. Honestly, but yeah, not condoning it, but fucking hell, it was good.
Not advertising it, but I had a fucking brilliant time.
I had a great time. Yeah, I don't recall much of it. Like it's a long
Oh,
time ago. It's like those years of being in the clubs, doing what I was doing in the clubs was like 95, it kind of just beginning to start, but it's 96, 97, and most of 98. So it's a good 3 years of absolute fucking chaos. It was unhinged. And that's what the first book's going to be about, is those days. And a lot of that will be speculation because I don't remember much about it. I honestly don't. Remember, I
go on
just
your little
remember
fucking
parts.
go on your wanky tools, and it'll fucking
Yeah, I
sort your
might
memory
have
out.
to. I might have to do that. I'll try one of my mouth, one up my ass. See how I get on with it. See where it takes me.
Don't
But
put it on
yeah,
TikTok though, because it won't be allowed on TikTok.
they'll probably let that on there, I expect, because
Oh
of
no, to be
how they
fair,
work.
that's a good point because you could sexualize yourself as a
Yeah, yeah,
female,
exactly.
but if you
Yeah,
call someone a clown or use a clown emoji,
you're banned, mate. You're
you're
banned.
banned.
Get
Banned,
off.
mate.
Get off. You're banned, mate. Yeah,
Fucking
I'll be
brilliant.
good though.
But Richie boy, what else have you got lined up before we say toodle pip?
Oh, do you know what? Not a great deal. I
Oh,
am literally chilling. I'm coasting for the summer, mate. I'm waiting for
love that.
do you know what? I'm waiting actually. You know, this is crazy this year. I've become a pensioner this year. I get to draw my military pension because I hit 55 at the end of this year.
Uh,
And I was told by a mate, so you can get your pension at 55. I went, fuck off. That's in December. It's not much pension. It's 7.5 years.
yeah,
Preserve pension. It's shit. But I
yeah.
get to be a pensioner.
I think mine's. I can't remember when mine because I only did 5.5 years. So I said to me, Missus, I was like, I've got a little bit of money will be coming my way at some point. I can't remember if it was the end of when your 22 year service would be, or if 55 or whatever it
Yeah.
may be.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into it. I went, but I'll be getting some money. She was like, how much? I went, fuck knows. I was like, I have no idea. I can't even.
100 quid a month.
I can't even remember what fucking pension I was on because they changed it
No.
all. Because there was the good
Well,
pension, then there was the all
yeah.
right pension, and now it's a shit pension, basically.
They got somewhat like the military something pension, M blah 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 S
Yeah,
75 when it was up from 75, then it went to the '05, then
yeah,
15, I think, 2015. So there were changes all the way up through. And I was on the earlier one. So I
yeah.
don't know how good it is.
Because
It does rise, increase with inflation.
you're an absolute sweat.
I'm an old
That's why.
sweat. I'm an old sweat. An old sweat. Absolutely. But yeah, that mate, I just gonna try and get stabilized in business. Companies liquidating at the minute because of the loss of the contract. So that's just
Mm.
finalizing now. Other than that, mate, once that's done, it's just cut it loose, move forward, see what the rest of the year
Yeah,
brings
mate.
me.
Yeah, it's always good to chill out in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Any holidays? Any holidays? You allowed to fly yet? Or
Not
you?
still not allowed out of the country yet, mate. No,
No,
never. I'll
you
finish.
fucking stay put, mate.
I
Your
know.
you have another staycation, mate.
Yeah, I got another 2.5 years and I'm done. Another
Oh,
two and a
fair,
half
to
years,
be
mate.
fair, that will
Won't be
fly
long.
by. Pardon the
I've
pun.
done t- I've done 12 and a half, so I'm getting there.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, to
Yeah.
be fair, we're only having staycations this year. We're supposed to be moving house, so
Yeah.
fingers crossed. Um,
Yeah.
so
Good luck.
we're off to Somerset side of country.
Lovely.
I don't like saying because
Nice.
obviously I'm from Hereford, so that side of
Yeah.
country, but the other one. Uh,
The other side of the country, yeah.
yeah, so we're going to
Yeah.
Somerset with the in-laws, and then I'm going to go visit my mum in Wales for a week, and then
Ah.
that's me. Other than that, fucking work.
Yeah, lots of it, mate. Lots of it.
Yeah,
Stay
mate.
busy, mate. Stay busy. And I'll give you a shout. Maybe I'll have a look at that.
Yes,
See what
definitely.
happens.
We'll give it a go. Give it a
There's
go.
our plan.
But I'll put all your book details and where to find you and all that pish on the old
Lovely.
on the bio, mate. But fucking
Nice one. Cheers, dude.
what a pleasure. I
Likewise.
can
Likewise,
see
mate.
you properly this time instead of being in a sunny car. You know what I mean?
It's getting dark, wasn't it?
It was, yeah,
We're losing the light. Losing the light, yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
mate. Thank you very much for giving me your time, and I'll catch you again
No,
soon.
you're welcome. Enjoyed.
Cheers, buddy. I'll catch you in a bit.
Thanks, mate.
Hey, guys and girls, you've reached the adverts. Now, welcome. For me, I like to use CBD oil, and there's nothing better than Kent CBD. So make sure you check them out. I'll use them to help with my PTSD, my depression, and my anxiety. I use the oil. It is fantastic. Highly recommend it. But not only that, I use their muscle rubs for the aches and pains that I get in my joints, especially my knees and my ankles. I rub that shit in, and it's fucking brilliant. So make sure you check them out. Put in the promo code Granite0 at checkout and get yourself 10% off. You're welcome. But not only that, if you like to support veteran-owned companies like I do, make sure you check out Green Beret Coffee and get yourself 10% off there at checkout. They are roast to order and it's top quality, and everything goes back to the company itself. Fantastic. Green Beret Coffee, put in the promo code GZPodcast10 for your 10% discount. Now, recently, Granite Zero has become an affiliate, a family member of HR4 K. So if you want to support another fantastic veteran-owned company, put in the promo code Granite0 at checkout at HR4 K, all their products, and enjoy them. I wear them. I support them most episodes. They are brilliant. They help support many other companies. They help to support many other veteran charities. They do loads for the veteran community. So if, like me, you like to support them, please put in the promo code Granite0 at checkout and get yourself 10% off. I'm too good to you, and I'll see you guys soon.